Hello, everyone. Nate here, back once again at the top of the episode to tell you that we have a new song. We're very, very happy with it, and we hope you guys enjoy it. A little bit more information about it at the end of the episode. Otherwise, as always, you can find us on all the socials at The Rolled Standard, and if you want to email us, you can do so at therolledstandardgang@gmail.com. Of course, I hope you're enjoying the show, and as always, don't sniff glue.
Today on the Rolled Standard. No, we're going to we're going to start rather, our arc for Monster of the Week. This is Christopher, and I will be your keeper for the evening. We're joined by our three hunters. If you'll introduce yourselves and your characters.
I'm Nate. I will be your James McCready for the evening. Bringing back all the characters from
The Fate Core system.
Yeah, the really great story we started with in the Fate Core system.
I'm Aaron, and I'll be returning to Steve Finnegan.
I'm John Cena. Or I'm in real life I'm Jake, I guess.
Good enough.
But yeah, I'm the returning as John Cena, the test tube baby.
Do you have the power of invisibility?
When I wave my hands like this.
Damn, that's not even on your playbook. Lucky ducky.
It is 1965. It is 5 years after the events of the Fate session. A lot has changed between the three of you. You've all grown closer as co-workers, and you guys have bagged plenty of monsters at this point, I'm sure. Don't give me that look.
Got him in that sack.
I wasn't going to say
Is that why they call it bagging?
Hey,
get him in the sack?
Your pamplemousse is showing here.
Yeah,
Sorry.
one to zip it up, your pamplemousse is hanging out.
Oh my god.
I'm curious, but I'm not going to ask.
Oh, you'll find out, sure.
That's what she said.
Oh no. So, 5 years.
5 years. So you're still based in White Hills, Arizona.
Right.
Still working for the DPIC,
Yep.
the Department of Paranormal Investigation and Containment.
I'm gonna ask kind of just a character question here.
Yeah.
False.
Oh shit! No, all right. Never
Already
mind
answered.
that. No, okay. Going into this game, I decided I was gonna play the expert.
Yep.
Because of their kit, I was wondering if having my Haven and all the stuff involved in it is something that is well known to the DPIC.
Is it? It's on you.
Oh, I mean, I would have wanted to try and keep it a little bit more secret from them.
Okay.
Not in like a nefarious way or anything, but in a more like
In case shit goes south.
yeah,
in a way.
exactly. Like
It's a safe haven for yourself.
We can
Yeah.
assume then that the DPIC knows you have some kind of place, doesn't have any idea where it is.
perfect, because I like the idea of it being like an old speakeasy or some shit like that.
Oh yeah,
Where,
'cause we were
like-
talking about that.
Yeah,
the other day.
and you got some real intricate shit to get down inside of it and whatever
Yeah,
else.
that works great. Is it a currently operating bar?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like there's a dude behind the bar named Slim,
Slim.
and he's he's the dude that knows shit.
What's the
So
name
when
of
we
your
come in,
place?
Slim Pickens Bar and Grill.
oh,
The
don't you
Rusty
dare.
Rail.
Don't you dare. That's a good question, actually. I never even thought about that part.
Just call it the Monster of the Week. Bar and Grill. No.
Oh my god.
Bar and grill. God.
Oh my god. It's James James McCready's I Love This Bar and Grill. Actually,
Next.
there's a part of there's a part of me that likes the idea of actually just calling it the Haven.
That's
Maybe
perfect.
it's because
Maybe
there's a place
it's because we've hung out at
Yes.
a bar called The Haven.
absolutely, and that's what they call it here. It just feels right for it to all be the same.
perfect. And
I
that's
wanted
right
it
in
to be
White
rustic
Hills?
and call it Slim's Resort.
It's right in White Hills.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I want it to be right there, easy, accessible, because there are a lot of things involved with it that would be important to be able to access quickly from
Right.
home.
Of course.
Sweet. That's really one of the things that I wanted to go over first was
Okay. Perfect.
how much people knew about it and shit like that.
Yeah. So we can assume then, like, to summarize that, they know you have something. They know you have the bar even. They don't know what you have there, though. Because I mean, your name is on the deed. You know, you're
Sure, absolutely.
They can find that out easily. It's
Yeah.
possible to hide that really, unless you.
And I'm an alcoholic too, so
That's true. He's a drinking man. It would make sense that he has a bar, but they don't know that you have this stuff in the bar.
that's part of the reason why it's my play.
Makes sense to me.
And, everybody knows you can't hide from the D-pick.
Okay, so another thing that we need to address is your lycanthropy over the last 5 years. Give us a little summary, because we know how it started, the moment it started. What happened from then to now? Because you now have complete control over it, pretty much. I mean, we'll determine that too.
So at this point, I can shift at will.
Mm-hmm.
I can either go full-on wolf or like hulking, monstrous wolf man beast guy. Started out very rough.
Like woof and rough.
R-U-F-F.
God damn you.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I figured
Okay.
that I'd bring it. I figured I'd bring a little bit of that in too because
yeah.
part of my haven, I decided to choose to have the oubliette for that reason because early on it was very, very hard for Stephen to.
It was rough. It wasn't hard.
Oh, sorry, it was rough for Stephen to to control his transformations and
Urges.
trying to
we
minimize
like to call it the woofening.
the woofening. I'm going to have for 5 years completely tried to ignore.
Yeah, like I can imagine in conversations throughout the last 5 years, he's like, "Yeah, so the woofening," and you're like "Lycanthropic transformation."
yeah.
He's just like, "Yeah," and he just continues on with his thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I
wolf-
wolf out.
yeah.
All right, going into the connection with John Cena.
John Cena. Sorry.
Beep boop beep.
Hello.
Last time.
My haven also has an armory, and I feel like it is very much in part because of him
Right.
that I do have that.
That makes a lot of sense. I like
And
how
I
you've,
gave you that fancy sword from that bastard imp.
It's a magical knife.
Yeah, you got the dagger.
Oh, I thought you changed it to the sword.
No.
Oh.
No. I meant to, but
Or was it the
I'm-
shotgun to the sword?
yes, I'm gonna change the
Okay.
shotgun to the sword.
Okay, so you're keeping the magic daggers.
Magic dagger, magnum, and silver sword.
Okay.
Makes sense to have the silver sword because of
Because you got
him
to
as
put
well.
down old Steve-O.
Yeah.
Okay. No. No. So Jake,
Best way that I can describe it.
regarding John Cena, is there anything that you want to clarify?
Well, I was trying to represent him going through like a mental break in his psyche because he's basically a giant sperm mix,
Oh yeah,
a
that
milkshake of sperm.
that's horrifying.
And the genetic modifications that he did, and he's starting to experience the world, and we crammed that all into like a session and a half.
I mean, you got like a little glimpse of it. Let's put it that way. You didn't get to cram it in.
Yeah,
there, but we
well,
got a
after
glimpse.
5 years, he's just completely broken. He's he's pretty much excitable about anything. Just
I really look forward to seeing how this plays out.
yeah, so what was the guy's name? Major Armstrong from
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. That's basically him.
Yeah, that's a pretty.
I mean, when I started thinking about it, I was like, yeah, that's that. I just copied some other character.
Oh, that's fine.
So-
I mean,
Your name's John Cena, so I mean,
well, that was out of like it was satirical. It wasn't fucking.
and
Never mind.
technically it's
Fuck
the
it.
60s. The John
wasn't
Cena we
fucking.
all know and love wasn't born yet.
I'm his great great grandfather. There's time traveling involved.
oh no, that's why he's so yoked. Oh my
Exactly.
god, it
Yoked.
makes sense.
Like an ox.
do
Yoked
it.
like an ox.
Oh yeah, John's definitely just going out and doing test tube baby stuff for the D pick. He's a business guy.
Oh man.
But he's just been doing missions and shit until he hooks up back up with his boys, or we fucking always together. How does that work?
I feel like I do a lot of solo work myself. I mean, I
No, this
God
is like
damn
a pretty serious question because after the 5 years, do we meet up for Monster of the Week like we're doing in real life?
His Monster of the Week,
And-
boys.
No, but like a time
I get
span
that.
goes by, like a month goes by or
that's
something.
really up to you
and-
guys.
Well, no, that's what
So
I mean.
it-
Is
it-
like I feel like a lot of the work that I do with the Haven and all the stuff that goes on there is a lot of me being there because
Yeah, so we
it is
would-
my background
Every
work.
time we meet up for one of these sessions, it's them meeting up in their world too. That's
Yeah,
a
pretty
good way
much.
to
It's
put it.
That
it's
makes a lot of
often.
sense.
Yeah, we get together often.
I feel like
but I-
Steven probably would avoid the D pick now that he's,
That's what I
wolfing
kind
out.
of expected too. And
Okay, okay. So in other words, that's a question I wanted answered. Actually, is are you hiding that from the D-pick,
Oh,
or are
yeah.
they using it?
Well, then the
hiding
Silver
that.
Sword
Okay.
wouldn't make sense if he's hiding it from us.
But you
so
guys are aware of
That's
it,
where
though.
we had to.
Right.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
just
You have
outright
to be in order
aware.
for you to have the oubliette
Yep,
for him.
yep.
And
yep.
over the sword.
We're absolutely aware of it.
But then he wouldn't know about those.
So you guys are all keeping that a secret from the D-Pick.
Jesus Christ, we're like a really bad marriage.
Yeah, we are absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we're a
constantly
bunch of.
avoiding the D-pick.
I mean, we're a werewolf, a like a psychotic man that was made from a sperm batter and like
I
a
prefer the
sperm
phrase CMAT cocktail.
like a
Every time we
PTSD riddled
say that-
alcoholic. Like we are bad. We're not a we're not the A team for sure.
Well,
And
I
You're
mean,
the D team.
to John Cena, you're the A+ team, so he fucking loves you guys.
Heartwarming.
this
Yeah,
is
because the way all the
This is cute.
connections and shit. Well, he's got to be excitable. He
Of
cares
course.
about his boys.
all right. So we meeting in the Haven today. I'm excited about having it. So
Are you asking me as Nathaniel or?
no, what are you talking about? Don't call me that. Gross. No, I figured that it depends on where Chris wanted to start with all this.
Actually,
but I figured we'd all,
that was so
that's where
genuine.
we'd all be
Specifically,
together.
you guys have all been not summoned, but you've been called by Director Smith.
Oh yeah.
Who has obviously he only calls you when he has something for you guys to do. You guys have been called.
All right.
To for an audience. Nah, it's not the king.
No,
A meeting?
A meeting. Thank
I
you.
call him Tom for Christ's sake.
No doubt. Yeah, you guys have saved his life on multiple occasions.
I've known this guy for years. That's beautiful.
Actually, to
that's
give the
cute.
listeners some kind of insight into where this is coming from, the actual Monster of the Week guidebook or the manual for the game
Not
does
an
include.
adventure path.
Nope.
Not this time.
It's called mysteries this time.
Dude, we're gonna find so many of these. We're gonna have a list of like 60 versions
Yeah, adventure
of
path,
this.
module, scenario, mystery. No, there's 2 mysteries included in the book, and one of them is called Dream Away the Time, and the other one, I'm not going to tell you guys what it's called for the sake of keeping it from the other players in case I decide to use that, because we might. If I can find a way to link them together, it's kind of tough considering how different they are. But
Just Dragon Ball Z that shit.
I just make it
Yeah,
no
it doesn't
sense as
even
to why it
matter.
happens. Yeah. No. So anyway, the one is called Dream Away the Time, and I decided to take that not as is, but I decided to make it fit our world. So like I changed some like town names. There's a town that it all takes place in the actual thing, and I changed it entirely into a different town and put it in Arizona, of course, to make it a neighboring town. And that's really it. So you guys head on into the D-Pick, into the actual office. Well, you go to Director Smith's office, and you guys are led into his office by his secretary, and immediately he's like, "Gentlemen,
Tom, what do you need?
Hello. Sorry,
John?
I'm fine. It's good to see you again, James.
I was just in the car with you. It was a 20-minute drive here.
Right,
It's good to see you, Tom.
Tom.
every time, with
Sir!
you guys."
It's good
Yeah.
to see you again, sir.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, it is, John. Steve,
Tom.
haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
Oh, I'm fine. How's Irene?
He's great. Loves cats.
Oh, she's she's either great or how do you know about her? No, Steve, you've been keeping distance from us lately.
Oh, yeah?
James, do you know anything about this?
Yes.
John, let me give you a little insight on how
Don't let the director
whispering
hear it.
works.
Yeah.
When you're whispering, generally it's to keep somebody, doesn't matter who it is, from hearing the word said. I heard everything you're saying.
No, sir.
But anyway,
I was not whispering.
it's always a weird time with you guys. Let me get to brass tacks here. The neighboring town, about 12 miles south. You guys, Summer Springs. They've been having some weird situations going on. I had a recent lunch meeting with Officer Edward Turner. He's the sole cop in town there. Small town, don't need much cops. Many cops. Don't need much cops. He's been telling me about some weird cold snaps, which is, in here, this is kind of weird. A tornado that kind of specifically stuck to town. Flooding, there isn't even a river. So there's some weird shit going on. Not only that, but over the course of the last few nights, there's been some attacks. Really the only way we can put it. People have been waking up, not really sure what happened. They've been beaten. And each one of them has a single cut on one of their forearms.
Is there any specific pattern to this cut?
That I've noticed. From what I hear is some have it on their left, some have it on the right. It's just a slice.
Sir, I have one question. Do we actually have an eyewitness or a victim that we can actually talk to right now?
Here, no. What I would recommend you guys do is get to Summer Springs and talk to Officer Turner himself.
Right, Finnegan, to the comment.
Yeah, you guys going ahead. I'm going to talk with Tom for a minute.
James.
Since they took off eagerly, there was a little more to that. They also there's been weird accounts in Summer
John's
Springs.
just gone.
Right, yeah. But, like how you guys are still driving your 5-year-old car around.
Dude, fuck off.
No, it's fine.
It's a nice car. It's like
Hey,
supernatural.
My fucking truck is like almost 20 years old. What the hell?
Don't get offended. It's fine.
I'm not offended. I love that
Let's go.
truck.
Also, there's been weird accounts around Summer Springs that like food has been spoiling overnight. Knives all of a sudden blunted. Objects being like thrown about. Appliances failing. Typical poltergeist stuff, but I kind of feel like may or may not be connected to the rest of what's going on. From our intel, we're not the most sure as to what might be happening. Like I said, maybe poltergeist. That wouldn't describe the beatings, though. That's kind of confusing. And then the random weather thing, we're not too sure what has that kind of...
Yeah, I was just going to ask, is there any kind of creature that we know about at this point where...
I mean, there are things that we've seen weather controlled. I'm sure you remember the Weathermancer.
Absolutely.
However, he's here. I don't know of any other types like him. And all three of these things happening together, we're not sure if it's a group of individuals working together or if it's one more powerful entity controlling all of this. We really don't know what's going on. So we're calling you guys to head down to Summer Springs, talk to Officer Turner, see what you can find out, and see if you can contain and bring back, if that's the case. At this moment, that's all we know.
Well, I appreciate your trust in this. And just glance back to the door real quick. And
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
believe me, I needed the work. Steven,
Well, I think we can sniff out some clues.
let's head out. I'm sure that John is literally bouncing in the car.
No, you're going to find John actually near the back of the car, and he's kind of crouched down looking at the trunk, and he's got his arms up on the trunk, and he's watching a little caterpillar slowly cross the back.
John, you're the reason I drink, and I just get in the car.
What's that, James? James! And he's
Slam.
knocking on the window. James!
Get in the car, John.
Fine. Steve, did I miss anything in there?
No, you're fine.
All right. You're such a good boy, Steve.
Steve, if he asks what's going on, tell him it's fine.
God damn it.
That was really good.
All right. So John just gets to the fuck. God damn it. You don't understand. Like I'm not like you guys. I can't do this naturally. This is actually kind of fucking hard. John gets in the back seat and he's just smiling and he kind of squeezes into the seat and he crosses his arms and
So I turn
stares
to
ahead.
him. John, why are you in the back seat?
James?
Yes.
What do you mean? Why am I in the back seat?
This is my spot, John.
Well, there's technically 3 seats. I mean, one you probably wouldn't want to put your child in the middle, but everyone
Steven, let's
does.
go, please. Turn the radio on. I take a drink.
Actually, can we open a window?
You know how he gets. He's like a dog.
Just driving along, man.
Please turn on the radio. Do not
No.
ignore me.
No,
He eventually just kind of starts staring off into the window. You know, he's watching the scenery go by, and all of a sudden it's just a blank face.
So let's go.
We're going.
Colorado Springs or whatever.
No, okay, so a little insight. Summer Springs is a neighboring town. It's much like you know it. You guys know it like we personally know the next town over. Right?
Sure.
We're gonna get
Okay.
into where it
Yeah,
is. And you know that this town has kind of seen as like an oasis in a way. It's uncharacteristically good foliage. It's a green town, which is strange in the desert of Arizona. And it's become kind of a tourist spot in the last so many years. These are things that you know very well of this town. You guys head out, and it takes you like 15 minutes to drive there. Not long. It's not far away. And what do you guys do?
We're going to the police station first.
Yeah, the police hut.
Okay, so you guys head over to. Actually, oddly enough, you head over to Officer Turner's house, which is this town is pretty small, and Officer Turner's runs the police station out of the front of his house. You get out of the car, you knock on his door. He's just sitting there at his desk reading the newspaper. He's reading the Summer Springs Reporter, and you guys recognize the paper. As the door opens, it rings a little bell, and folds the newspaper down. He's like, "Yeah, what can I do for you, boys?"
We were sent here by Director Tom Smith.
Oh! You said you got okay? Yeah, that's. I didn't Didn't think he would do that. What do you guys hear about? You guys hear about the ruffians?
Ruffians?
Yeah, the whole. I imagine some tourists or some punk kids kind of getting into some shenanigans. Probably getting a little out of hand. You guys hear about that stuff? The beatings.
Yeah, right. There were a lot of factors that he had talked about. I didn't initially assume ruffians.
I mean, what else would it be? I'm gonna with this first couple sessions, because as we're learning this game, I'm going to kind of talk about mechanics a little more than we generally would, and eventually we won't at all. But it's just so that we understand what's going on here. And one of the things is that one of the principles of the Keeper is to be a fan of the hunters. And so it's not like me keeping a lot of secrets from you guys. And it's like, is there something that you guys generally would know? I'm going to tell you guys. And even if it's something that you guys are kind of figuring out, unless it's like mysterious stuff, then you guys are figuring out on your own.
Sure.
But you're kind of getting the tone from this guy that, and then you know this because this is the world you guys work in, that the supernatural crap that you guys were into, the paranormal stuff specifically.
Sure, he's not.
People never jump to those conclusions.
No. I assume that. I actually just kind of, I don't know. He is a single cop, though, so that's really
true.
what I was. I guess I kind of overlooked that. Actually, ruffians probably does sound more feasible now that you bring it up.
How tall were they?
Well, I mean, I didn't see anybody.
Probably.
Well,
not as
then
tall
how would
as
you know they're ruffians?
What else would it be?
Well, it could be animals. Could be adults.
Yeah,
not just ruffians.
Some
Are you
weird,
proclaiming
large
they're
case
teenagers?
of spousal abuse? Maybe, I don't know.
could be. I mean, you have to ask.
Here's a question, though.
That's the difference
My colleague Steven had brought it up on the way here, and it was something that I was waiting to ask. How is it that you got in touch with Director Smith in the first place?
We used to be. My son used to play football with his son, so we were football parents. We used to hang out together at games, and we still keep in touch. Good friends. Both. I think he's a something to do with the feds or something.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's why the suits are here.
Makes sense. Both lawmen per se. So you get it.
Absolutely. I was just curious, is all.
Of course.
I don't have kids of my own, so I don't really meet people in those kinds of events.
Yeah. Well,
I've had a litter or two.
it's a weird way to put it.
Damn, Stephen. I've never met a single one of your children.
Oh,
Are you a deadbeat father?
no. Nonsense. What do you
Man,
think?
okay, fine. I
all the
get
time.
it. Keep your private life to your private life. Fine,
You
whatever.
guys are new partners?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, how long?
Never. We are not. We've been together for 5 years on and off.
All
That sounds terrible now that I've said it out loud.
It
We're
is
busy
what it
men and we
is.
don't work together a lot.
Fair
James
enough.
is just so angry all the time.
Well, he
Not all the time.
smells like a drinking man.
Nope. That's the gasoline from the car. Can we have a look around your house?
My house. What are you've been looking around the house for?
I just want to take a look around. It's part of the job.
I mean, if you want.
So we'll be in town for
Go on ahead, John.
a few days, just looking around, trying to see if we can find these hooligans.
Yeah. Okay.
So you'll be seeing us.
Can you
Off
give us
and
some names of some of the people that seem to have been beaten?
Yeah. There was. I've got an Alice Rigsdale, Christopher Prower, Constance Hopkins, and Frank Gardner. And with that, he writes you little notes, kind of on a little notepad, and he writes their addresses down as well.
Oh, thank you. I was just going to ask for the same. That's very much appreciated. Seems like a very, very strange series of occurrences. Is there anything else that's been going on in town that's been an issue for you?
The weather's been weird lately.
That's also what I hear. I mean, typically weird, as beautiful as your small town is, it's weird for it not to be as beautiful as it is. I mean, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, no, it's weird that it is this way, but it's
Weirder that it when it isn't. I understand.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm assuming that John never actually found anything while he was looking around.
Oh, actually, if you want to, you can investigate a mystery, which means you can.
Okay,
roll
yeah, that's
plus
what I was
sharp.
looking at, but I didn't know if.
Oh, no,
the
yeah, no,
narrative-
go
I
right
was
ahead.
like, oh shit, there's nothing here. I just made a huge mistake.
No, go right ahead.
Okay, so what do I gotta do here? It's
Roll plus sharp, my friend.
Yes, indeed.
oh Jesus, I'm gonna die. That's 2 of them.
Yep,
Oh, shit.
that's an 8 plus a 1. That's a 9.
That's a partial success.
Yep. So you can hold 1, which means you can ask me any of these questions regarding what.
And just for listeners, if you don't know, the questions are: what happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here?
Right. As long as
Okay,
it
I didn't
pertains
know
to
how
the
to-
investigation that you perform.
Absolutely.
I didn't know how to naturally go into this, so
Right.
I probably really fucked up that whole.
No, no,
narrative.
no, no.
We're learning mechanics here, so
Absolutely.
there's no
So-
mistakes you can make really.
So I wanted to investigate the area around me and see if there was anything, because I don't know if John completely trusts this guy,
So here's what I'm going to tell you based on your
because
role.
we just showed up.
Right. What you determined based on your role was that you kind of looked around his house. While you were investigating, one of the things that you noticed when looking through those police reports is that they happened every other day. You see, it happened on Wednesday, the previous Wednesday, the previous Monday, the previous Saturday, and the previous Thursday. And judging by that pattern, you notice that if it was to continue, it would likely happen tonight. There would be
Okay,
another-
so I got that information. So John reaches out and grabs both the other two and pulls them in close, and he's like, "Guys,
Yeah.
look, I figured something out. This is important. Steve,
all right.
Steve, I have this information. It's every other day.
Okay.
Wait, you probably already know this, don't you?
No,
I'm so proud of
writing it
you.
as you're telling me.
Wait, so do you actually like
Yeah, I'm-
you already have a notebook out and shit?
Yeah.
Oh my god, John is just the worst. That a boy, Steve, you're doing so good. I'm so proud of you.
That's actually pretty good information, John. Thank you.
Well, he already had it written down. I mean,
No, I mean
No.
I was writing it.
Yeah,
as
no,
you were
he didn't. It's
telling
all
me.
right, John. Is there any other information? Is there any other pertinent information?
he's just
that you can give us?
downtrodden. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
To back up just a second,
Sure.
who was on which day?
Oh, that's a good ass question, dude.
In order, from earliest to latest.
So I've got a
Rick-
Wednesday.
Yep. So the Wednesday would be Frank, which is the most recent one. The one before that, Constance. The one before that, Christopher, and the first one, Alice.
So it goes boy, girl.
I guess it does.
Holy shit. Not only is he smart in the game, but he's a fucking genius in real life.
All right. I appreciate your time. We'll be looking into this for the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Stephen, you got a question, sir?
I'd just like to rifle through these reports real quick. I'm just getting my notes in order here.
Well, have at her.
Approximately what time did these occur?
They all happened in the evening, at night, after dark. They all seem to be doing one thing or another. You could ask them personally if you want. They'd like to tell you anything. They were all by themselves.
Okay. Do you have any kind of list of what's the population of the town?
Well, I'm like, it changes, but it's generally 300 some.
How does a population change so drastically where you have to say it changes?
Well, it's tourist season. Sometimes there's more people in town.
But
than
that's
there
not
is.
your dedicated population. So what's the population on a daily basis, sir?
Like 362 at the moment.
Are you going off the sign in the front?
Well, isn't that where the population is stated?
I don't know. What do you have for your records? Aren't you the sheriff?
It's not like we have like a list of people in town.
John, you got really aggressive there. Calm down, friend.
What's that, James?
Hey, how about you head back out to the car, friend? I'm be right back out there.
All right.
As a matter of
then.
fact, we can all go. We'll probably check in with you.
Yeah, if you have anybody that if you apprehend anybody, just bring them in and I'll put them in lockup.
Absolutely. It's getting a little late. Is there a motel in town at all?
You can always get a room at the Crown Tavern. They've got rooms to rent upstairs.
Okay. Well, I guess that's what we'll be saying, at least tonight. I'll try to let you know if we leave town.
Okay, sounds good, guys. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you all, and you guys good luck with your investigation.
I appreciate the help.
I'm going to lean down and stare you in the eyes. Don't leave town.
I mean, I got nowhere to go.
John,
I live
you're
here.
being creepy.
James.
You're being creepy.
The officer kind of gives that hand gesture, like kinda.
Let's go. We got some stuff to talk about.
Very well, Stephen. To the comment.
To the comment.
Okay.
All right, lads, we got a lot to think about tonight, because all right, from what you guys have found out, happens every other day. It's been
Did we ask that kind gentleman, who I don't trust,
It's-
where the locations of the murders were?
yes, we have the addresses. We're good.
There's been no murders.
Can we triangulate anything?
Just beatings.
Oh, no murders, just beatings. Triangulation.
Did I say murders?
You did.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. You're jumping the gun. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point, though. Let's...
I have an idea.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let's get to the motel, check in. I'll take a swing around town and see what I can sniff up.
John jumps in
Oh.
the front seat this time.
Oh, sure. You do the same. You be careful first, Steven.
No.
Yes. I would really assume that at the motel they probably have maps there. I'll try to do some triangulation with John while you're off doing your business.
Gets out of the car again.
As much as you like to defy me about it, please be safe.
What's that?
Exactly. All right.
I give you a hearty slap on the back. Steven, you enjoy yourself out there tonight.
Oh, I plan to.
Also, keep it at least 15,
You know,
within 15 miles per hour of the
Ye-
speed limit.
No.
it's 30 miles an hour in town, John.
45.
Yeah.
There's kids here.
What? You go faster?
He's
All right.
broken.
All right. Well, it's John.
James, it's okay. Tell me what you're feeling inside.
No.
Please.
Ugh.
And he leans in close. I'm your friend. It's
Yes.
fine, James.
Yes, I know,
We
John.
will find who's doing these cruel, awful beatings.
no.
And take them to justice.
I know. The issue is more so.
Also, I wanted to ask you how your knives are working out.
Knife, great.
Oh, only one?
Yep. Just only have the one.
That imp bastard probably took the other one.
Probably I wasn't there. John, I'd say chill out with.
To the motel!
Yes, that. I'll just kind of like sidebar with John a little bit. For real. Steven gets real quiet and contemplative when he really needs to get out. You know. Don't
Are you
really...
referring to the fact that he hates cats now?
No. No.
I feel like he might have an issue with cats.
He might, but I don't... John,
Do you think
please
it was
please
something
don't...
from his childhood?
Please don't. No. Try not to influence him to do crazy shit.
No, 45 is fine.
No.
To the motel, please. And be snappy.
One question I have personally as the keeper.
Sure.
Does John not know about Steve?
He has to know. He has to know.
Because the questions make me think that he doesn't know.
Okay, so the idea is okay. So John knows, but he doesn't know that James knows,
Oh,
and he's trying to
gotcha.
keep it a secret for Steven. So he's like, he knows, but he keeps trying to distract James from
So,
finding out.
in other
and
words,
he's constantly
you guys both
thinking
know
that.
Steve's secret, but you don't know
But we're
that
trying
each
to hide
other
it from
know.
each other.
No, I know that John knows.
Oh, but John doesn't know that
Oh,
you
of
know.
course you do.
Yes, of
That's-
course
okay,
I do.
That's perfect.
Please. Motel.
We're in the parking lot, bro.
I'm
Just
sorry.
the best driver I know. You did not even realize we were.
I brake
How full
so
is your
smoothly
flask,
at
James?
that stop sign. You didn't even feel the
I've been
inertia.
pinching my eyes the entire time we've been sitting in the car. I couldn't even tell. I'm going to go in the motel and grab a map, get a room. Not even say a word.
Right. You walk in.
The door slams in front of John's face. All right, James. I guess I'll just grab the next hotel room. Good night,
the
buddy.
door's not locked, John. Come in.
Oh,
Please. We have work to do.
very well. My confusion there.
Okay,
James.
so I'm going to try and do some triangulation on, see if there is any kind of central area where these types of things are
and
happening.
quick question: Can I help out with that?
You can help out.
So I want to help out.
Well,
with this.
let me roll first because it might do bad things to you if you fail and it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? If I roll well enough to
just
do it,
like my last marriage.
yes, exactly that.
Ouch.
If I fail by only a little bit, then that would definitely help.
Okay, so you guys head into this into the Crown Tavern, and it's about noonish at this point. Because you keep in mind.
Oh, I thought it was getting late. Shit.
No, not at all.
I had said it earlier.
shit, so
Fuck.
no. Well, the thing is, you think about the timeline. You guys met with Smith in the morning. You drove 15 minutes to the next town.
and had a 10-minute conversation.
Still morning. Yeah,
How
and you
many
guys,
miles was that?
Every conversation we have is 47 minutes long. It's the longest shit to try and to
I
explain.
mean, I'd like to generalize everything to being like an hour. Like, so you guys were at Officer Turner's house for like an hour, and so it's like getting to be lunchtime. And you see that this place is pretty well populated in here. A lot of people are eating. As you guys know, being its own neighboring town, this is kind of the only restaurant in town. And so a lot of the people in town are likely locals. A lot of them are potentially tourists as well. You don't really recognize anybody per se, but you do recognize, because you likely have been here before. You do recognize the bartender Eli, who's behind the bar as usual. And he as you guys walk in, he kind of tells you, he goes, "Just have a seat anywhere."
Eli, my good friend. James will have a double.
Double what?
Whatever, you know. Okay, no, you don't. It's fine.
Double chocolate milk coming up.
You're funny. No, it's please, just whiskey, please.
All right. The good stuff or the
Yeah,
normal
absolutely.
stuff?
Absolutely.
All right, coming right up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you're the one that'll take this. We've never actually stayed in a room here, but
Oh, you guys need a room.
yeah, absolutely. We might be in town for a while.
Okay, how many you need? Just 3 of you.
2 beds to a room.
Yeah.
Definitely 2 rooms.
Okay.
Why is that, James?
Because
Does
John,
Steve smell like
nope, it's because I can't be in the same room with you two. Simple as that.
us two?
Yes, you and Steven, both.
We'll have 3 rooms then.
Okay,
3 rooms. All right.
perfect.
You guys like to do
Why
your own
does
thing.
nobody
Do you
want
want 3
to
singles
hang out
then?
tonight?
Yes, let's
Yes.
go that
3
way.
singles. All right. Do you guys want a tab? You guys can pay when you guys leave.
I want a tab, for sure.
We'll
Secondly,
put 3 separate tabs then.
you guys have maps around here?
Like it was a town or like the state or what do you?
No, the town. It's a tourist place. I assume.
Oh
this is
yeah,
a
of
place
course.
that-
Yeah. Yeah, I can wrangle one up here.
That would be perfect. Thank
Actually, if you look over by the door there, by that little rack there, there's
Oh shit! I
some
missed
ones
it
right there.
entirely. I'm sorry. I'll go over and grab one of those. Thank you. Actually, grab me 2 doubles. I'll take them with me,
Okay.
and I'll go grab a map, and I'll grab the glasses. John,
Yes.
my room.
Yes. Your sir.
The other glass isn't
Eli?
for you. Don't get any ideas, Eli. Let's go.
I guess I'm not drinking tonight, Eli. It was good to see you again, my friend.
Yeah, I don't think we've met. You hear him whisper as to himself, kind of as you walk away.
Steven, are you coming or are you going to get your chocolate milk?
I'm going to breeze off on my own for a bit.
Okay.
John turns around and asks him about it. He's fucking
Yeah,
gone.
he's fucking
like saloon doors. Just
Bye, Steven.
I'm already off around the hall. John, please.
I have to go see my friend Eli. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye. John walks away.
He's just kind of confused.
All right.
Just look of confusion.
All right, we're gonna lay down this map.
Okay.
And we're gonna start plotting points from where everybody's at. If I can like investigate a mystery, maybe
Okay. Yeah. Give me a roll for
if that qualifies, I believe.
we're gonna do it, and then I'll just kind of tell you what I can give you based off of that.
Oh my God!
You
That's
rolled
2
an
6s.
8 plus cool. You got a 12 plus, buddy.
Investigate a mystery. Yeah, I got a fucking 14, guys.
So you may ask the keeper any question you want about the mystery, not just the listed ones.
How the shit do I do that with a map, my dude?
Well, technically, you are looking for very specific information, and
Yeah.
I can give you
We're
that
trying to
exact
That's
triangulate.
exactly that. With the
So you can
information,
figure out where the next murder is going to
yeah,
happen.
with the information that we have, assuming that
beating,
this
beating.
actually worked to triangulate all this shit,
Yep.
can we find out where exactly the next hit is going to happen?
I got something for you.
Fucking perfect.
Okay, so you determined then, because you didn't really find out exactly where they were attacked or where they woke up. You just know where they live.
Sure.
Keep that in mind.
Right.
But you do notice that there is a slight pattern to it, and they all kind of are on the east end of town.
Right.
They are all within 2 blocks of the Mojave County Nature Reserve off the road towards there. And they all live all within 2 blocks of each other. So you're determining, based on this, the next attack is likely to happen within those same 2 blocks.
All right. John, do you see this?
James, I see it. You know who's going to be able to cover those 2 blocks perfectly and be able to keep moving?
Me? No. Oh, Steven. Sure. Yeah, gotcha. I got you.
We could probably post up at 2 of the most, well, what seems like going to be the most likely hits. If it's all within these 2 blocks, we could take 1 block each and have Finnegan actually driving around.
To be honest with you, John, I don't think he'll be driving.
Well, I don't want him to be running. He will get...
He's a walker nowadays. It's all right, John. It's cool.
I think I'm going to try to talk him into using the car. He is a very good driver. I've told you that, right?
I knew that, John. It's been half a decade. So then while this awkward scene plays out, let's transition over into what Steven is actually doing while we're
frustrated.
arguing about this.
Yeah, so-
Not doing 45 in a school zone.
While these 2 homeboys went off to James's room to do God knows what. No, look at a map. Look at a map. Look
We
at
know what.
quotations, look at a map. What is Steven doing here?
I'm just taking a walk around town. It's 362 people. It's not very big.
Not big, no.
No.
I mean, it's a little spread out, but it's not big.
So I'm just, walking around. What are the streets like? Are there like people everywhere?
No, not really. I mean, there are people as you walk around town. There are people around. Some of them in their yards, some people on the sidewalks, and there's Just people kind of running around doing their, not running around, but, just milling about doing their thing, whatever it is that they're doing.
Right.
Various degrees of.
Various assorted small town activities.
There you go. Perfect.
So as I'm, rolling around town, I want to use my wolfish scenting and just see if I can pick up a scent of anything.
Are you a wolf right now?
No.
Okay, because in order for you to use that, you need to be in one of those forms.
Oh.
In order for you to get that bonus on it anyway.
Oh, see, I was specifically just trying to scent.
You gain a +1 to investigate a mystery when using an alternate form's superior
Oh,
sense.
there you go. I see.
Example given, smell for a wolf, which is the exact scenario.
Sure.
Right.
So you have to be in your either wolf form or your hybrid form. No, we'll call it hybrid form
Right.
to use that bone. But you can still do it without it, though. You can still try to smell things. I
Or you
guess.
can.
Or you can hype. No, it's,
But
it's
isn't
middle
it
of the daytime.
fucking noon?
Oh, it
Right,
is middle of the daytime.
We could call it at
Yeah.
this point like 1 or 2.
Right, but still a wolf in the middle of a town in Arizona.
And then one as big as you are.
Right.
Because you're not just like a wolf. I mean, you're a fucking werewolf. They're bigger generally.
Then there's not much investigation I can do as Steve Mann.
What exactly is your intention while
I
walking
was,
around town in the middle of the afternoon?
Well, backing off of my wolf scent,
Yeah. Putting the nose away.
yeah, then I'm just going to, random friendly citizens that, say hello.
Yeah.
I'll strike up conversations and ask them about the flooding and the tornado.
Okay.
Cold snaps and
I
shit.
forgot all about that, honestly.
Man, do you actually have? Oh my God, you actually have charm. Me and John are so screwed in that category.
Well, yeah,
Right, but when you're investigating, you're rolling plus sharp.
Although, are you though?
I mean, I rolled a 12,
That's
Holy
fucking
shit.
wonderful.
which, plus my -1 to sharp is an 11.
Still a fucking.
Oh, it's an
still a
11?
fat win.
So you still get a nice hold too. So you can ask me any of those 2 questions in a way. I mean, any ones that are feasible.
Well, let's follow the first one.
Yeah.
The what happened here to random citizen.
Okay, so this random dude walks up to you, or not walks up to you, but as you pass him on the street, he's like, he nods at you. He's kind of like he's a little gruff looking, not gruff, but he's kind of surly,
I automatically pictured old farmer in overalls.
So, oh, all right, well that's fine. He kind of gives you a downward nod as you walk by. What do you say to him?
Hello, sir. How are you?
Fine.
Good to hear. I
Yourself?
hear you. Oh, I'm great. I hear you guys have had some interesting weather lately here.
Yeah, well, it's been fucking weird. Cold snap. Actually, if we lived in a different area, I would have had to turn the heat on, but it was Arizona, so no. Yeah, it's been surprisingly cold, and there was a tornado a couple nights past.
Cold and a tornado, like in the same day.
Not
or-
the same day, no, like a couple days after each other.
Do you remember what days those were?
Yeah, there was a tornado on Monday, and let's see, well, the cold snap was like last Friday, I think, about a week ago. Oh yeah, and like some of the streets flooded, like Wednesday, 2 days ago. Yeah, what's today, Friday? Yeah, that's about right. Weird.
Just kind of jotting this down as he's talking.
Right. You some kind of cop or something?
Not necessarily a cop. I like to write things down. Your local constable talked to my boss.
Turner.
Yeah.
That fucking tool.
Oh, is he like that?
Well, he is good for nothing.
John would love this guy.
He's an actual character too.
Well, he's friends
Trait
with
mean.
Mean. Nice. Oh my God.
Well, he's friends with my boss, and my boss sent me to town to look into these nocturnal beatings.
Oh yeah, that's that shit.
And apparently, you guys have had some cold weather. I'm wondering if the weird weather is maybe influencing people to go outside their norms. I don't know at this point. It's a theory anyway, sir.
Yeah, that sounds better than anything I've heard.
I am a little off, though. You said you had a cold snap on Friday. Nobody got beaten on a Friday. I've got the notes here for Wednesday we had a flood. Monday we had a tornado. Nothing on Saturday with the weird weather or Thursday with the weird weather. But Friday we had a cold snap and no beatings. What do you think about that?
I don't think they're even related.
Well,
But that's just me.
it does seem to be unrelated at this point.
I mean,
since-
the weather and people's. The people can control the weather, which I doubt.
no, that's flipping weird.
No doubt. Yeah, you said it. Spits a big thing of Shaw onto the ground.
Damn it.
Oh, it's just a thought. A few years ago, I was working up in Alaska, and sometimes the weather up there causes them folks to go a little crazy.
Yeah, well, Gotta be crazy to live up in Alaska.
Right? So you guys have any wild animals around here?
Well, I mean, none more than usual, I guess. It seems like some of the more, seems like we get a little more in this area than usual. I think it's just due to the weird weather around here, you know?
Sure.
A little more lush than the rest of Arizona. Honestly, that's just weird on its own. But the wife had to move here. We came here for a road trip a couple years back and didn't want to leave, so I figure she either leaves me or we leave Scottsdale.
Dude, I fucking feel for this man. God damn.
What type of animals live in your nature preserve over there?
Oh, you know, like deer and scorpions,
Not very helpful.
Man,
lizards.
this is diverse.
I mean, I don't know. I never really go over there. It's kind of weird.
How weird.
Well, I mean, why would you designate this area for animals? Like, they can kind of go wherever they want. No one tells animals what to do. Yet they're just like, here, this is where they go, and they don't listen. Fucking animals.
Bro, is this me in like 20 years? Are you?
I'm just channeling like future Jake.
Oh, thank you.
Oh shit.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
what's your name, sir?
Oh, I'm Steve Finnegan. Nice to meet you.
John Moore. Pleasure to meet you. Hell, you from around here at all? I haven't seen you around.
Oh, we're from right up the road.
Oh, up in White Hills?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Well, nice town if you like doing nothing.
Seems to be about the same here.
Well, yeah, it's really the farming or nature preserves.
I happen to like looking at animals.
All right. Well, you're in the right place then, I guess.
I suppose I'm gonna go take a wander through there.
Yeah, you have a good day, sir.
You too.
And with that, he turns around and just continues on.
Small town
Yeah.
activities.
Who knows where he was going? Actually, considering that you were coming from the tavern, he potentially was going there.
Fair enough. It is a small town. There's not much to do.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
to the bar.
Yeah, you want to go to the grocery store?
All right, so while all this is going on, we've done some vague triangulation. How long? I guess this is a question for you then, Jake. How long do James and John wait around to see if Steven comes back? Because it is midday.
So what we did it around 1 o'clock, and
It
this
was
is
probably 2 o'clock by the time you guys really.
yeah. So we spent
made
probably
head
an
to
hour.
towards
We
what you're doing.
we both rolled pretty high for that. So it's probably we spent maybe an hour looking.
Yeah.
And now we're both kind of just sitting there like,
So we have
the fuck
information.
is he?
Yeah, we have information.
as the keeper, how close are we to one of these sites? Like from the motel, can we walk to one of these sites and just?
Yeah, you can walk to pretty much anywhere in town.
All right,
in
I'll
15
leave a
minutes.
I'll leave a note with Eli at the bar. Leave a note with him. If my friend Steven comes back here, give him this for me, will you?
Roger that.
Appreciate it. We'll head out and kind of do some scouting then.
All right, yeah.
Head out to I guess like in order site 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
They're very close to each other.
Yeah.
Close to the nature preserve as well. So
A 2-block radius.
So as you guys head out, you guys are kind of looking. You guys are heading to these houses, and you don't see. You're also probably keeping an eye out to see if you see Steve anywhere.
Sure, absolutely. I was
you
just
don't
gonna
you
say
don't
it.
see him because at this point you've kind of moved on and you're heading to the nature preserve, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's okay. So looking at the time frame, within that hour that you guys are investigating, you probably walked for like 10 minutes, talked to John for like
5-10 minutes.
probably about that long. So you would have already been there and have done things for a while. So we're gonna cut to that.
Absolutely.
Um,
Perfect.
So
So I'm just gonna make my way into this nature preserve and look around,
okay.
find a nice secluded spot, and get naked, turn into a wolf.
Okay. Yeah. So you kind of and you notice that there is a lot of there's like decent amount of trees and there's like trees that are not characteristic of this area, but like again the whole area is
Like what
uncharacteristic.
species?
Oh, you see some like oaks and some elms.
Evergreen and shit.
In the
Somewhat.
desert?
Yeah. That's then the whole area is
Evergreen and shit.
Well, the
Ooh.
whole area is uncharacteristic of
Man, I
of
love
the
this.
desert itself.
I'm so curious to find out what the fuck all this is.
I'm
Brief
glad.
pause while I
It's-
drop myself a note.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, so you get up into the trees. You make sure no one's around, and no one is around. You do see people in the preserve here, but they're just kind of like kids playing or families picnicking, and you turn into a wolf.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure my clothes are somewhere where no one's gonna stumble on them.
Yeah, you find like this like hollowed out stump, and you're like, yeah, it seems like a good enough place as any.
There we go. Turn into a wolf and like specifically avoid people because I'm not trying to freak people out.
Right. Yeah. And as a wolf, you're pretty good at that.
Right. And I'm just trying to find a higher elevation
Okay.
and just view.
Can
and-
wolves climb trees?
Not
no.
that I'm aware of.
I really didn't think so.
No, that's not a thing.
I think a wolf man can though, but that's pretty unlikely.
Right, but I'm not
Well,
in
if
the
he's in
hybrid
mid
form.
transformation, yeah,
Right.
the hybrid form, then yeah, he probably could.
Yeah.
I'm a straight wolf.
That's probably a late
He
night type
doesn't
of
like
thing.
boy.
No doubt.
boy
That's what I was
dogs.
thinking. He's not doing that fucking at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Like everybody thinks it's already weird, the kind of animals that are in the preserve. To see a wolf there is probably unusual, but
It might also draw a
maybe
lot
not
of attention.
uncommon either.
Yeah, you might be right. So, you look for a higher elevation. There's not a lot of gradient, but like there's enough where you can get up and see a little bit of the place.
A small hillock.
Yeah.
And just trying to generally see if I can scent anything non-human specifically.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
Mm.
You could investigate a mystery here. We'll allow that.
That would be a 5.
A 5. Well, you failed the roll, which means you get a point of experience.
Yeah.
So you kind of look around for something, and as you're kind of trailing around, you're kind of like skulking around this preserve. You're kind of looking around for.
I'm woofing about.
You're woofing about. Yep. You hear this kid's voice like, "Hey, do you see that big dog over there?" The other
Going
kid,
to turn tail and bolt.
I mean, that makes sense.
Oh shit, children! I'm on a list.
Wait, what?
There's things we don't know about Steve. Just kidding. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Scratch that.
Yep.
Yep. You bolt away, and then you lose track of them. So, and they also lose track of you.
Excellent.
That
suppose-
wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, but it also means that there's
You've been spotted.
also no benefit to any investigation.
Right,
either.
yeah, he didn't discover anything at all because he got kind of interrupted by kids and had to run away.
Yeah.
Just like jerking off in the trees.
See, you're on a list somewhere. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, shit. Okay, so we're going to
horrible.
cut back to these homeboys over here in town. And so as you guys are walking, you guys are heading off towards that direction. You don't see Steve at all, but as you come to the first house, you see 2 kids running out of the preserve, just like panicked. Just both of them just running.
Whoa, kids.
John's
Like,
already got
both
his
of them just
hand.
stop.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on here?
There's a big wolf in there.
Oh,
He was huge.
Wait, is that unusual here?
I mean, I've never seen a wolf before.
James, I will handle this. You stay here.
I'm not staying here. I'm coming with you, John.
James, I really think you should take care of the children. You're much better with the
Go,
children
John.
than I am.
Go.
Very well, thank you, James.
Can,
Yes.
can we go?
Yeah. Is there anything else going on there? Is it just the wolf?
Just a wolf.
Okay, get home.
And then you both just book it. Both take off.
How far away am I from Steve?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna stick with the house hunt.
Oh,
stuff.
okay, so you're heading out to the
I
person.
know that he knows.
Okay, fair enough.
That
But
type of
John
shit.
is a fucking
Okay, so
moron.
absolutely.
We'll do what you're saying. Okay, so you run off to the preserve then, correct?
Okay, yep. So
what do
where they said they saw the wolf, yes.
Okay, yep. You run off into the woods. You run off into the preserve, and it's like a little bit of like a picnicky park area, kind of like one of those.
John instantly slows down to a jog. Because he's obviously in shape.
Yeah.
So he just kind of slows down to a fast-paced jog, and he's just kind of admiring the trees and thinking to himself, like, "Wow, these are beautiful, but they do definitely not belong here." And he's slowly moving through the woods, trying to find who he already knows. Well, actually, no. Maybe he's a little confused because these trees don't belong here, and now there's a wolf. So, but honestly, I don't know for sure. I'm about 90% sure.
Okay, that's pretty sure.
I'll act.
You're looking for Steve. You're looking for the wolf, essentially.
Yeah, so I'm acting under pressure, looking for the wolf. I have a +3, so 4.
The 12, man.
Yeah. So what does that mean?
So on a
Am I
12,
hot? Is
you
that
may
what?
choose to either do what you wanted and something extra, or to do what you wanted to absolute perfection. So in other words, you can either 100% run up on the wolf, or you can find the wolf and get a little something extra, whatever that might be. Not like that. Not from the wolf.
No. John hasn't discovered the female form yet.
Actually, I got you exactly. Actually, so you're like looking through this place. You actually see this hollowed out stump, and you're like, if you turned into a wolf, he very likely put his clothes there, and you find his clothes. You're like, yep, he's a wolf now.
All right, so I'm no longer concerned about it not being him.
You know for a fact now that he has changed because
Does that
his
also mean
clothes
that
and
he
his stuff.
finds him though?
Yes,
Steve,
You
I do have to
continue
ask-
on, and you see like him slowing up ahead.
Am I coming up from behind him?
Yep.
Okay, so I don't want to spook you, so I'm gonna call out to you, Steven!
And of course, you hear him
I'm going to wheel in wolf form and look.
turn around, and you see John standing there.
I'm full blown sprint. I'm
Okay,
still
yeah.
catching up.
He's running up to you.
Yeah. full-blown sprint in this fucking amazing suit and just looking good.
Okay, I'm gonna use every little bit of my wolf sense to see if there's anyone around.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good ass idea.
Actually,
though.
that's fucking brilliant. Because John's just blindly running through this unknown forest that should not exist.
We can
to
act
find
under
his
pressure
wolf
there
friend.
because that is a pressure situation.
Roll plus cool. I have no cool
Well, that's
all right.
or any cool on my.
If
character
anybody
sheet.
can help you, it's John. So
Yeah,
we'll
but
see.
this-
That would be a 6.
Yeah, I will roll for that.
Yeah, you know-
because I'll be
Good
able
idea.
to sense at the same time, and if I roll high enough, I can just be like, Steven, we're not alone. So I'll act under pressure. That's fucking 10,
yes.
11.
That's a perfect. So you actually help them act as if they rolled a 12, which in other words, you pretty much then did exactly what you were looking for.
Completely
You
succeeded.
see that there isn't anybody around, but you also notice that the area that you guys are currently at, there's some weird kind of overgrown stone circle, almost like Stonehenge, but older.
It's never fucking imps.
So from there, I notice that there's no one around, so there's no one observing us.
Not at the moment, no.
So I'm gonna turn into hybrid wolf form and shoulder John, and then turn back into naked Steven and put my clothes on.
Oh
It's a
boy,
6.
man, you're gonna level up so quick.
Yeah, no doubt.
You shoulder him and you hit the ground, and before you hit the ground, you turn back to Steven.
Yeah. So this
shit.
half wolf, half man, Steve, goes to shoulder you, and you're just a brick wall. You just take it, and like with the recoil of that, Steve goes down, just naked Steve on all fours on the ground.
I quickly
Yeah,
pick,
right?
I quickly pick Steve up. Steven, you seem to be naked. I forgot to grab your clothes, but here's my jacket. I'll take off my overcoat and
Your
I'll
suit
just
coat?
hand it to him.
Okay.
So his penis is still hanging out, but his top
Naturally.
is covered. But it hangs low, so it's like just the tip that's showing. Because I'm a large man.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And then he bends down. Let me just button that up for you. You got a little bit of extra
Nope,
flesh
I'm good.
showing.
I'm good.
Nope, Steven. I insist.
I'm good.
There are children about.
John is
James
all-
currently taking care of them, and he did have a few drinks beforehand.
John is
but-
also on a watch list, just to let everybody.
They are now.
Oh my god.
I'm going to get dressed as quick as humanly possible.
You head back to your clothes, to your stump, to your clothes stump.
Yes.
And then you
It's my closet.
a nature closet.
Yes.
You get dressed, and yeah, you guys are just there in the woods.
So,
Okay.
Where's James?
Good question. Let's cut to James.
I am going to be knowing the same stuff that John does when he leaves, or assuming the same stuff that he assumes.
Of course, everyone knows what John fucking finds out. It's like I'm
Absolutely.
playing my own
No,
goddamn
no.
game.
You know what he's gonna find. in
Well,
the
this
woods.
is what I mean, is that as crazy and sporadic as he is, once he gets something in his head, that is what he knows. And I trust that he can do it. If he's trying to find Steven, that's what he'll do. So I'm going to go on with the original plan of checking out these houses, seeing if there's any kind of indications of different types of poltergeist activity, maybe
Investigate
things
a
like that.
mystery there.
Absolutely,
That's the
sir.
right call for that one.
That's 5, 6, 7.
7. All right, you can hold one.
Hold one.
One question.
So, because we've asked a bunch of questions here, and I am looking specifically for what kind of creature it might be, because it sounds like poltergeist activity.
Yep.
I want to ask, what sort of creature is it?
Okay. So that with your intention, that's what you're kind of investigating. That's the answers that you're trying to find.
Yes.
And you managed to find one of the addresses. You're standing in front of the houses of one of these people.
Yes.
As you're looking at this, and you see a guy, like, he's sitting in a lawn chair in his yard, and like he's got a lawnmower set up, and it's like his lawn needs to be mowed, but he's just sitting there in a lawn chair drinking a beer. He's like, "Who the hell are you?"
It's
Also, you can't help but notice because this guy's wearing just a ribbed tank or wife beater for horrible terms, and you notice he's got a massive gash on his left forearm.
oh shit. Okay.
And you know this house is the residence of Christopher Prower.
Oh, perfect. I apologize to intrude, Mr. Prower.
Yeah.
I'm Investigator McCready. I'm here to see about the issues that you and some of the other citizens of the town have been having.
Oh yeah, that beating.
Right.
Because everyone was just calling it a beating.
Yeah, it sounds pretty horrible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it might have been. It probably was. I mean, I feel like I got hit by a truck.
How's the gash?
It's starting to finally stop bleeding. You can see it's all scabbed over and kind of turning yellow.
Is there anything that you can actually tell me about the situation?
Well, I was taking the trash out, which, I mean, my wife been trying to get me to do that for days. You think she would have done it herself by then, but whatever.
Oh, you'd think, right?
But,
Right.
I was taking the trash out, and then this, I don't even know what it was. Some came up on me, and next thing I know, I wake up in the yard like 2 hours later with this gash on my arm and feeling like I got hit by a car.
You said you don't know what it was.
All I
Is
remember,
there-
I don't remember. I don't remember seeing anything.
But you felt something come up on you.
Yeah.
Really hard to explain. We were talking about some kind of hooligans coming around and doing this kind of stuff to people when we were talking to the one police officer you have in town.
Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah, he always thinks it's hooligans, regardless of what it is.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a very capable man.
No, that's a great way of putting it.
Well, that's exactly why I'm here. Is there any more information that you can give me? Have you talked to anybody else that has
I mean, I
have
know
had this
that
occurrence?
Miss Rigsdale got hit before me.
Right.
Same thing. She doesn't remember anything.
Do you know what she was doing?
She was walking her dog late night. She likes to walk her dog before bed.
When did this happen with you as well?
Oh, let's see. That was like Monday.
No,
Or no,
I
it was
apologize. I apologize. What time of day?
Oh, it was in the evening. It was after my programs.
I heard there were 2 other people in town.
Yeah, Constance Hopkins, who man, I can't stand a word she says. So, but I heard it happened to her. I didn't talk to her. And that hoity-toity fucking Frank Gardner.
Any chance you know if all these happened outside everybody's homes?
As far as I hear.
Curious. All right, that's interesting. There might actually be some. To be honest, there might be some hooligans coming around. I mean, doesn't sound too extraordinary.
I'm just confused. I mean, if I got beat up by some tourists or some college kids, I feel like I'd remember that.
You've been hit already, literally and figuratively. I don't think you have to worry anymore about this yourself.
I mean, probably true. Oh, except, I mean, my head feels fine. I mean, if I got hit, I got a blow to the head. I feel like I'd have a headache or some kind of bump or bruise or the old egg on my head, but nothing. It's mostly like my back. I feel like I got gut punched, and
That is a little bit more strange.
I can't speak for the other 3, but or if there's any more. But
That's also curious. There might be people that hadn't recorded anything. You've given me a lot to think about. I appreciate your cooperation. All I'm trying to do is help.
well, if I think of anything or if I remember something, I'll.
I'm staying at the motel.
Okay, well,
Come and find me if you need to.
yeah, well, I might do that. I gotta get to this lawn.
Yeah, you should probably take care of that. Probably not a thing you want your wife to take care of.
No, I think I'd rather,
And,
but that ain't likely to happen.
happy wife, happy life, you know?
Yeah, well,
Good to meet you, sir.
you as well. As you walk away, he just kind of sits back, kind of settles in his chair a little more, and just continues drinking his beer.
I'll try to head to the nature reserve myself after this too. Like,
Okay.
Just I wanna corroborate all this information between all of us here. I think we all need to get together on it.
Okay. So, you guys all, you head over to the nature reserve as well, and you see both of these gentlemen standing there. As you walk in, Steve is getting dressed. What do you guys do then, as you guys all reconvene?
Boys, I assumed that I would find you here.
James, where have you been?
I've been following leads, and I point at the map I'm holding in my hand.
That is amazing. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of you, James.
Yeah,
Guess
the-
who I found?
Yeah, Steven, the person you were going to find in here. I know. Steven,
There's something we should take a peek at over here.
is there?
Yeah,
Well, I have some information for the both of you. Let's talk about it on our walk here.
there we go.
John, before you ran off into the woods, John,
Yes, James.
before you ran off into the woods here, we were on our way to check out a few potential leads.
How are the children?
The children are fine. They left almost
Very
as
good.
soon as you did. But what I did find is that
Did you
on
happen
our-
to catch their names? Did you
Nope.
give them the suckers?
Ew.
D-Pick have handed out these suckers for when we.
Yeah,
it's
no.
public relation, James.
You know, I'm trying to quit smoking. I took the suckers. They're mine. It was Charlie and James as well. It was
You've been
another
eating
James.
the suckers?
Oh my God.
Poor children.
John-
Anyways, what did you find, James? We need to know right now.
Okay, you know the triangle. Okay, Steven, look at this map. We realized that there was a common occurrence around the park here, and I had gone on with the investigation
I
after.
see that from the circles.
Yeah,
on the map.
absolutely. Yeah, the childish ones are John's.
Oh my god! I was trying to hold that in, but
That was
fuck.
good. I like
Well, in the crane
It's a
here,
fucking
yes.
caterpillar.
I was lucky enough
It's
to get him
not-
at the bar.
James, those are not doodles. Those are artistic drawings of the nature that I find.
So okay, well, then why did you circle Christopher's house with what looks like a jellyfish?
I did what?
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't remember specifically.
All right,
drawing
John.
that.
We were going to talk to people before you ran off into the woods. We were going to go.
Yes, and I found Steve.
Yes, you did. And
He was driving
no, he
the
wasn't.
whole time. Steve, tell him.
Totally.
Yeah, you were driving,
Pedal
Steve.
to the metal.
Yep. Okay.
So what we have here from your data and my data is Mr. Frank.
I'm leaning over the both of you, trying to stare straight down at it.
at the map that you helped me.
What he already knows. Yeah.
I want to be a part of it too.
I think we should go there.
You haven't listened to a word that I've said yet, John.
James, I have a strong feeling about. You know my gut reactions
I
are
already-
usually correct.
Yeah. Okay. I already talked to Christopher.
Who is Christopher?
Yeah, the list of people right here. This list right here.
Oh,
friend.
very good.
Yep.
You did take. You were learning very well, James.
Absolutely.
I knew taking you into the deep
Thank
was
you.
a good idea.
Yeah, thank you for your leadership and guidance. Stephen, I had already talked to Christopher. He was telling me about some shit that did really sound like possession. Of all the weird things that have been
Possession?
happening around here, yes, possession.
I thought for sure we were after a
Ghosts and
Windtalker.
ghasts and ghouls and spooks. Possession. my
I
friend.
don't watch Saturday night cartoons. I'm sorry.
We should start.
Saturday night cartoon.
Night. But as you can see here, a lot of these have happened within the same, 2 blocks from each other, but in the same radius around the park here. I don't know if you found anything here, but
Oh,
wait, you did. What?
I
Wait,
did.
what was it?
We're going there right
I
now.
know, but what? Oh shit! What is that?
Yeah, you guys walk up into this. It looks like overgrown, like stone ruins of some sort. And as you guys approach this, you see that there's like this. It appears to be like a 15-year-old girl, just kind of like skipping around, kind of just absent-mindedly singing some weird song to herself. She's wearing this like really fancy silk, and she's kind of covered with flowers and leaves. And she's barefoot.
Would this fall under read a bad situation?
Go for it.
I want to do it.
Yeah, you can read a bad situation.
11.
Okay, you can hold. You can hold 3.
Oh shit! What sort of creature is it?
You, miss. Little miss. Hello. James here has suckers. I would like to ask you a few questions.
You're on a watch list.
It's a song she's singing. No.
I'm going to ask, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Okay. You don't seem to see any. You don't see any.
Okay. And I got
That's
two
an
more.
important question.
We're outside of this, whatchamacallit?
Yep, you're just off the because you could say that this stone ruins. We'll call it ruins. It's barely anything. There's just like a few stone chunks.
Right, because first time you said stone circle, so I instantly.
It is kind of
Yeah.
a circle,
fairy
Yeah.
circle. Yeah,
but
I
it's
totally
like a
get that.
couple chunks of it. You know, it's not a lot of.
Well, then there's no danger, so obviously I don't have to ask about the biggest
Maybe
threat.
not.
Right.
What's most vulnerable to me? That doesn't make sense. Best way to protect the victims? That doesn't make sense either. So what's the best way in to this stone circle without being tripped by anything or...
You see that you can just kind of walk right up to it.
Yeah, I
and there
suppose
really
this was a
aren't.
really weird place to roll for that.
It is, and it works. It still works. So,
All right, well, then what's the best way to protect any possible victims that might be in the area? Like, can I see, like...
keeping them away from it, I guess, would be the right answer to that.
Ooh,
Ooh, that's
keeping
a,
them out of
that's
there.
a little bit of knowledge right
that's
there.
Good information, dude.
So I'm looking around and I just kind of get this eerie feeling that I should keep people away from it.
You do kind of, you feel pretty uneasy about this. Yeah, you're
Is
like,
it,
what?
do I feel uneasy about the little girl?
Yes.
Or, okay, so not just a
Ooh.
circle.
Nope.
All right, so I stick both my arms out and I stop the two others. Boys, I'm going to tell you right now, I have a very bad feeling about this.
John.
No, James, I'm telling you
No.
right. James, I'm telling you right now, we need to keep our distance when we're talking to her.
I'm glad you're back, friend.
What do you mean?
I
All
trust
right,
you.
I'll slap James on the back with my big meaty hands. I'm gonna look over to Steve and say, Steve, you're the most investigative person here. I need you to keep an eye on this and also keep an eye on our surroundings while James and I
All right,
step up and talk to her.
just wait. I trust you. You need to trust me. Right? We've done a lot of this shit together.
I agree. We've done at least 2 years of hard work together.
Accumulatively, almost. Now, give me a moment. I'm going to fuck.
James, I don't have time
No.
to fuck right now. I'm
No.
sorry.
Now you're on a list.
No, there's.
Now you're on the
Okay, you know what? I'll have to. No, nice.
That was wonderful.
Damn it! There it is. I'm as bad as I am at it. It needs to happen regardless. I'm going to. All right, John. You're gonna need to trust me here. Just
Always, James.
just give me a moment,
always.
and I'm gonna kind of take a couple steps forward. And young woman,
She turns to look at you and stops skipping around.
hey, you're pretty far out in the woods. There have been a lot of horrible things that have happened to people in town recently. Do you have your parents around? You shouldn't be alone out here. I'm investigating McCready. This is my friend Steve and my friend John. Are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah. She's kind of looking through her hair at you.
Can I ask you some questions? Do you want to come over here, please?
She's just gonna. I don't think I should follow you alone.
I'm not going anywhere. You can stay right in this opening.
Can my friend come too?
James, I'm telling you right now, be cautious.
Who's your friend? And I'd like to investigate a mystery if I could.
Yeah, go ahead.
Absolutely.
Can I help?
If I fuck up, I'd love it. But I won't. Because that's a 4 and a 6 plus sharp. That's 12.
Oh yeah. All right. What is the absolute question you want to ask me?
What the fuck is going on here? What
That's
is
too,
that creature? What is that woman?
what
What is
is
that
she?
little girl?
Okay. She is human, but she clearly something has happened to her.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
She has this kind of like the clothes she's wearing are clearly some kind of elfin dress. You have seen this type of thing similarly before, and you understand that what you're looking at is very likely some kind of changeling. As she whistles, she kind of gives this kind of melodic whistle, and you see like the shadows from one of the trees start to kind of shift a little bit as you see it takes the shape of like a large 7-foot humanoid, the shadow itself, and the shadow starts to like fade off of it as what you see is this large, like hulking, gray, stony skinned guy. This looks like a giant 7-foot tall, gray skinned man with red eyes, and he's wearing this large, like woolen cap that is like this crimson color. And
Hold
with that,
on.
you see him come out, and he's walks out with this massive pole axe. He's like, "You shouldn't be here."
John, Steven, we got work to do.
Let's get jiggy with it.
To be continued. Hey guys, Christopher here with a huge thank you to the band Henge for allowing us to use a clip of their song In Praise of Water as our new theme music. Check out their newest album, Exocosm, which was released in September of 2020. You can find them on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, and pretty much anywhere else you listen to music. Just look for Henge, that's Henge. Thanks again, and don't sniff glue.